That's a great thing to eat before you go to bed.
Hey Mocha family, I am back with a hair chat. I really have something on my heart. This video is going to be about hair, but what I want to talk to you guys about really is what I'm going through these days as a mom, and I hope that it'll be an encouragement to someone. This video is longer than the other videos that I've done, but there was just no way that I could get this out in under 3 minutes at all. So I'm thinking that if you were with me in real life, you'd be willing to give me this much time. So I hope you stick around, because the person that it might bless might just turn out to be you. So let's get the hair stuff out of the way. What I'm doing is preparing Ms. Mocha Baby's hair for a wash. She had been sick for about a week after having had the style in her head for 2 weeks. So it's close to 4 weeks since I've actually worked on her hair, and she had a really bad head cold with a headache and lots of congestion, and she really hates having her hair done, which was the idea at the beginning of this clip. And so I didn't really feel like I could put her through that when she wasn't feeling well. And so the result is this, what I'm dealing with right now. There's a lot of matting toward her roots, and I'm using this cheap conditioner, this hair mayonnaise that I bought in Walgreens, and I add oil to it. You could use any oil, but I am using sunflower oil to mix this in, and I use this kind of like a pre-poo, and it works really well to cut through the tangles in their hair. So this could have happened because a month's worth of shed hair accumulated in Ms. Mocha Baby's hair. But I think that another part of the problem is that when I finger detangle the girl's hair, depending on the style that I have their hair in, a lot of times I don't get it thoroughly detangled all the way up to the roots, and then matting can happen. And so at least once a month, I like to try to work through that and use a tangle teaser as a final step to really get all the shed hair out. Otherwise, I'm starting locks. I'm basically starting locks at the roots. I'm budding their loose natural hair, and nothing wrong with that, but that's not my intention. And so I have to make sure I get a thorough detangle in there somehow. But I wanted to come on here and share some things with you, because if anyone is watching this video that knows me in real life, you know that I try to be transparent with my situation. I never want to give anybody the impression that I have it all together all the time, just because I've accumulated a fair bit of wisdom from the experience of trying to raise these 5 children that I have. And if you're new to my channel, let me introduce myself. I am a Mocha mom. My name is Natasha. If you follow me on social media in other places, that's no big secret. But I have 4 daughters and 1 son. My son is the oldest. He's in his 2nd year of college now. I've homeschooled him and all my children right from the beginning. None of them have ever been in school. I have used more other supportive resources at the high school level, and you can watch the videos that I have on umbrella schools and things like that in my massive video collection. I've been doing YouTube for a number of years, but my heart in doing all of this is not to show off how much I'm succeeding. It's really just to follow the mandate that's on my heart, that as an older woman, I should be passing along some of the things that I've learned to women that are at the same place as me, but also women that are younger than me. And if I'm a blessing to women that are older than me, it's wonderful, because I know that a lot of my success has been because a lot of people, a lot of women have poured into me and spent time with me and talked with me and shared their successes and their failures with me, and it's helped me to grow. And I really want to pass that on to other people. But while I'm doing that, I think my failures are just as valuable as my successes. And so I really wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about where I am today, because I feel like I've been going through a lot of changes, and the changes started with the launch of my son when he went away to college. And, he didn't go far, but he definitely launched from the family. His role in the family is different than it is now. He's not that little boy that was completely dependent on me. I mean, he truly has matured and stepped into his role fully as a young man. And so even if he comes back and stays at my house for an extended period of time, I feel the distance that wasn't there when he was home. And it's not a bad thing. I feel like our relationship has deepened. But it's different. And there was a certain amount of grieving that had to happen. But another thing that happened that I wasn't expecting was me really reevaluating, where I wanted to go with the children and with what I've been doing with them all along going forward. Because when my son left home, it made me realize, wow, your focus has been so much on the children. And if you succeed, when you succeed, here's a good example. They're going to leave. And then what? What do you like to do? What are you interested in? What are your gifts? What are your talents independent of the children? And I feel like some kind of beast was unleashed or something, because suddenly a lot of the things that used to bring me a lot of satisfaction and a lot of enjoyment maybe weren't as interesting to me anymore, or just didn't feel enough. And so YouTube has been a tremendous outlet for me to express myself, to share with you, and to grow and even learn from you. And so I'm just wanting to share the idea that as we mature as women, we change. And what we wanted to do before, is possible for that to shift and for that to change. And the thing that has always bothered me is the idea that what I did with my older three, when my complete and total focus was in the home and with what I was doing with them with schooling, and it was all about them, and I didn't have as many things pulling me. Because I don't know if you guys are aware, but I'm involved in different ministries. I have opportunities to teach regularly now, and a lot of what I'm doing, some of it has nothing to do with the kids, and that can make me feel guilty, like maybe the youngest ones are not getting as much of me as the older ones did. But I don't know how true that is. I feel that it's somewhat deceptive. I feel that things are different now. I feel that, yeah, I spent all my time playing with my oldest two, but I kind of had to, because there was no one else to do that. But Ms. Mocha Baby, for example, has so many siblings, and they're so interested in her, and they're so capable, and they've poured into her so much that, yes, I work with her a lot academically, but I have to admit that some of her fast development and her wonderful progress has to do with how much they're pouring into her life. And so I have to say that I shouldn't be afraid of the change. Some of the change has been very good, and even though the younger ones don't have me in the same way that the older ones did, I have to acknowledge that they definitely have something of value that the older kids didn't have. But it's a struggle, you guys. It's a struggle. And even the fact that I'm over here doing Ms. Mocha Baby's hair late in the afternoon, I'm about to take my daughter to her dance class that starts at 5 o'clock, and we'll be leaving the house in order to pick up her little friend who's in the same class a little bit before that. And I'm running to hurry up and do Ms. Mocha Baby's hair, because my life has just become so busy and so hectic, and I've been putting off doing her hair because I don't like to do it that late. She has so much hair and it takes such a long time to dry. I like her hair to be dry before she goes to bed, but I can't always make that happen. And finally, I just had to realize, you know what, it's just better to just do her hair. And she's not happy about it, but I'm relieved to at least get this part done. This is not a style by any means. This is really what I do to be able to keep her hair detangled. And ideally, when I go to wash it in the kitchen sink or in the bathtub with a detachable shower head, I'd be able to undo each braid and run the water through her loose hair. But I'll be honest with you guys, sometimes I just am not able to even find the time to do that. And I've had to wash her hair in those big braids, and it takes more time to run the water through enough to get product out of her hair. But there have been times when, after I've done the wash and everything and her hair is dry, and I take the braid out and I find caked up product in there. I mean, my point in sharing all of this with you guys is that even with hair care, what I have done has not been perfect, but there's some kind of grace going on here, because you see the results, you see the progress that I've had with their hair. I mean, don't let the shrinkage fool you that you're seeing with Ms. Mocha Baby right now. I mean, her hair, that section that I'm working on right now, it stretches down past her waist, you guys. And her hair is super duper thick and very healthy. And so it's not perfect. It's fuzzy sometimes. I mean, I walk out the door with her and I'm thinking, oh my goodness, even for me, I need to do something. I just can't find the time to do everything that needs to be done. And it's just not a perfect situation. But, I try to focus on the things that really matter. And I try really hard to keep my eyes on myself, because it's so tempting to take a look at someone who's doing better in this one area that I'm struggling with and assume that, they've got it down perfectly without even fully knowing where they are, even in that area. I mean, it could be that every time I happen to see them, the kid's hair looks good, but they have their bad days too. Or the kid's hair looks good, but they're struggling with something else. And so we're all struggling. We're all struggling. Motherhood is hard, you guys. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard. And it takes a lot out of you. But for me, I just really think it's been so worth it. And even now, when I'm in the process of renegotiating what I want to do, since I've always had the kind of mindset that I'm all in. And so when I had kids, I decided I was going to be all in and stay home with them. Not that people that work are not all in, but I'm just saying I chose to focus on only working from the home and dealing with them as much as possible during the day. And so, when I decided that I wanted to do that, and to come to a point now where I'm thinking, I still want to take care of them, I still want to homeschool them, I still want to be with them, I still want to be home, but I want to try some other things too. This is a new place for me, and I don't know, it's not a comfortable place. It's a place that I question, and I just wonder about. I just really wonder about. Sometimes I wonder, was it necessary to be all or nothing like I've been all along? Would it have been better to try to juggle some other things as well? I guess there can be pros and cons in it, but I just wanted to come on here and share with you guys, what's been going on, and hopefully you'll see growth as I change, and that growth will affect this channel, and you'll get richer content, you'll get more content. I'm thinking about doing a podcast. I don't know if that's something that I will do. Let me know in the comments down below if that would be something you'd be interested in. But in any case, I hope that what I have shared has helped someone. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'm very active on Instagram and on Facebook, so you can follow me on those things. Cherish my daughter. I am a mocha mom at I am a mocha mom for Twitter. But that's it, you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Be blessed.